Welcome. Online classes from MRR and Bhashyam High Schools. ఈరోజు 9th class Mathematics first chapter Real Numbers. Let us have a brief review of various types of numbers and their representation on the number line. Already you learned in earlier classes different type of numbers. First we are going to observe natural numbers. Natural numbers. The numbers we are using to count. For example, number of members in your house. How to say? By counting. Generally, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This type of numbers are used for counting. These numbers are called natural numbers. You know, the numbers which are used for counting are called natural numbers. The natural numbers are denoted with N, capital letter N. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These are the natural numbers. The smallest natural number is 1. The highest natural number we quantify. When we are going to right side, the value of the number increased. For example, if we take one number is the highest, if we consider one number is highest, if we add it to that number, we get another one, the next one. So, the largest number, the largest natural number can't be defined. So, these are the natural numbers. We denote it with N. And we can write them in a flower bracket 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. It is a set of natural numbers. What is this? It is a set of natural numbers. We can represent these natural numbers on the number line also. How to represent? Just draw a straight line and give arrow mark on the right side. It is a starting 1 and divide the number line equal parts and mark the numbers. Next 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These numbers also there on the right side. So this is the natural number line. Next, what is the next one? The next number set is the whole numbers. What's the next numbers? Whole numbers, including zero natural numbers. Already we learned about the natural numbers. If we add zero to natural numbers, we get a new numbers. They are called whole numbers. Including zero natural numbers are called whole numbers. The whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. The smallest whole number is 0. Remaining already we know These are natural numbers. Including 0, natural numbers are called whole numbers. The whole numbers are denoted with the letter W. W, the set of W equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This is the whole number set. We can represent whole numbers on the number line. Yes, the starting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10, 11 and so on. So this is the natural number, whole numbers line. Whole numbers line. Do you understand whole numbers line? Next we are going to one more set, that is what's the next set? Integers. Integers. In this set, the collection of natural numbers, 0, negative natural numbers. That means negative numbers. For example, see this one, and so on, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. You observe this one? From 1, 2, 3 and so on, these are called natural numbers. It is 0, -1, -2, -3 and so on. These are negative natural numbers. The collection of all these numbers are called integers. We can show like this also, this one. 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3 and so on. We can show like this also. The set of integers denoted by the letter either I or Z. I mean integers, Z mean the greatest mathematician named Zenith. The honor of the mathematician, we take the first letter of his name, Z. So we can write like this, or also and so on, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. As for this one, we can't define the smallest integer, we can't define the greatest integer. Because this side we can go to -4, -5, -6 and so on like that. That side 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on also. So we can't find the smallest and greatest integer. How is the number line of the integers? Yes, for the integers, draw a line and give arrow mark on both sides and divide the line into equal parts. And right side take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. The left side -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. It is the integers number line. It's a very important to learn remaining numbers in coming. So you always remember this one. What is this? This is the integers number line. Generally, we take the 0 in the middle of the line and right side the positive natural numbers, left side negative numbers. That means this side after 5 is there, 4 after 5 is there, 6 is there and so on. This side -1. Yes, when we observe this one, -4 is a less than -1. -4 is a less than 0. -2 is less than 2. -2 is less than 1. And 3 is greater than -1. It is -1. It is the integers number line. Next one, we are going to another one. Already you learned in the 8th class. Do you understand this one? Okay. Now, in 8th class, you learned about the one more set, one more numbers is a rational numbers. What is the next one? Rational numbers. What is a rational number? A number which can write or express in the form of p by q. What is that form? P by q. A number can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, is called a rational number. Once again, the definition of rational number: a number which can express or which can return in the form of p by q, where p comma q are integers, q is not equal to 0, is called a rational number. When we observe this one, it is like a fraction. P is a numerator, q is a denominator. So, every rational number in the form of fraction. Already you learned the properties of fractions in earlier classes. You observe this for p by q. That means, if we divide a unit into q equal parts, we take out p parts from it. That is the meaning of the fraction. So, any number can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are must be integers. Then that number is called a rational number. Yes. So, for example, 1 by p by q form, 7 by 9, 6 by 7, 1 by 10, and so on. These are the examples for rational numbers. When we observe every number in form of p by q, if you take this number p equals 6, q equals 7, 6 and 7 are integers, 7 is not equal to 0. What about this one? Is it a rational number? Yes. It is also rational. Why? It is in the form of p by q, minus 7 by 10. Minus 7 and 10 are integers. So, it is in the form of p by q. It is called a rational number. Yes, so we observed 4 sets, 4 type of numbers. Once we are going to recall them: n, natural numbers; w is a whole numbers; I, integers. And rational numbers are denoted with q. Which letter we use to denote rational numbers? Q. Why? The word rational starting with R, but we denoted that rational numbers with q. Because rational number is a fraction. If we simplify that fraction, we get some quotient. So we call them quotient. So we denoted that rational numbers with q. You observe this. N, natural numbers; W, whole numbers; I, integers; Q is a rational number. Every natural number in this one. whole number in this one. Every integer is it in the Q or not? You check it. How to say every integer in the rational number or not? See this example. For example, minus 15. Which number? Minus 15 is an integer. What is that number? An integer. How can I express this one? We can express minus 15 as minus 15 by 1. The value remains the same. Either this one or this one, both are equal. There is no value for 1. Now, we change or we express minus 15 as minus 15 by 1, which is called rational number. Here, minus 15 and 1 are integers and 1 is not equal to 0. So, it is a rational number. As for this, we can set any natural number. For example, 1. 1 is a natural number. We can express 1 by 1 is a rational number. Take one whole number. 0 is a whole number. 0 by 5 is a 0. It is a one of the rational number. So, we conclude that every natural number, whole number, integer. Already we said it is a subset of W, it is subset of I. So, every integer can express in the form of P by Q. So, every integer in Q. So, it is one of the important ones. N is subset to W, W is subset to I is subset to Q. That means we can express every natural number, whole number, integer in the form of P by Q, which is called rational number. As for this example. Now we are going to one more example. 1 by 2. Is it a rational number? Yes. It is a rational number. We can write, if we multiply it into 2, 2 ones 2, 2 twos 4. Yes, observe this. Both have common factors. 2 is a common factor. After divide by 2, both numerator and denominator we get the same. 3 by 6. 4 by 8. We can write like this. These are all equivalent rational numbers or equivalent fractions. The value of all these fractions are equal. But in this all, it is the simplest form. We can change every fraction into 1 by 2. After these both have the, if we divide both numerator and denominator to 4, we get 1 by 2. 4 ones, 4 twos. Divided by 3, these are fraction, 3 ones, 3 twos. 2 ones, 2 twos. So, in these all equivalent fractions, we call it is a simplest form. What is this form? Simplest form. Now we are going to see how to represent the rational numbers on the number line. How to represent the rational numbers on the number line or another way. Yes, there are another way also. We can represent the rational numbers. For example, 3 by 4. What is this number? 3 by 4 is a fraction or a rational number also. So what is the meaning of this? Here 3 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator. The meaning of this, if we divide a unit, take 3 parts, from that to 4 equal parts. We divide a unit into 4 equal parts, take to 3 parts. So, for example, see this one. It is a one circuit. Let it is a unit. Just divide it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, shade the 3 parts. You have observed there are 4 parts. Out of 4, just we shaded how many parts? 3 parts. So the shaded area denoted 3 by 4. It is called pictorially. What is the meaning of this representation? Pictorially. We show the rest number as a picture. So it is called pictorially. One more is there. It is the one of the rectangle. Let it is as a unit and divide it into 4 equal parts. Yes, out of 4 parts, let shade only 3 parts. Now it is the shaded area. Represent 3 by 4. These are the ways to represent. Both are called pictorial. But we can represent the 3 by 4, which is called a reduction number on the number line also. It is a proper fraction. What is this fraction? Proper fraction. Because numerator is less than denominator. The value of the numerator is less than the denominator. So the value of any proper fraction between less than 1, that means from 0 to 1 only. So first we draw an integer line. Do you understand what is this line? It is an integer line. 0 to 1 unit, 1 to 2 another unit, 0 to minus 1 unit. So denominator is 4. Divide each unit into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. Yes, let the first one is 1 by 4, 2 by 4, it is a 3 by 4. You understand? How to represent 3 by 4 on your number line? Just to take a unit and divide it into 4 equal parts and let it take 3 parts. See, observe here. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts I will, and then take the third one. Third is denoted by represent 3 by 4. Yes, now we are going to explain some examples. See the example 1 in the textbook. What is the sum? Represent minus 5 by 3 and 5 by 3 on the number. It is our question. You observe carefully this one. Represent minus 5 by 3 and 5 by 3. In those two numbers, it is a negative one, it is a positive one. The first one is negative number, the second one is a positive number. You observe one. Which type of fractions? Numerator is greater than the denominator in both fractions. These are improper fractions. The value of improper fraction is more than 1. The value of improper fraction is more than 1. Yes. See, We can represent in two ways. Number one, first way, see this one. 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Which line is one? It is an integer line. Already we learned before. And now you observe the denominator. In both fractions, 3 is the denominator. That means dividing each unit into 3 equal parts. Yes. 1, 2, 3. This side also, because negative number also there. Yes. Just I divided each unit into 1 by 2. Now counting to represent 5 by 3 on the number line, just right side to 0. Count the parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This point represent as 5 by 3. And on the left of the 0, to find the negative number, count from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a minus 5 by 3. It is one of the method. Do you understand this one? See, another method also there. 0, divide equal parts on both sides of the 0 and then give the name 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 4 by 3, 3 by 3, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, 6 by 3, 7 by 3, 8 by 3, 9 by 3, 10 by 3, and so on that side. This side, minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 3, minus 4 by 3, minus 5 by 3, minus 6 by 3, minus 7 by 3, minus 8 by 3, minus 9 by 3. Let's write the minus 5 by 3 here. Plus 5 by 3. You observe here clearly, it is the 0. 3 by 3 is nothing but 1. 6 by 3 is nothing but 2. 9 by 3 is nothing but 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. This side, minus 3 by 3 minus 1. Minus 6 by 3 minus 2. Minus 9 by 3 minus 2. Yes, both are like that. If which one is easy to you, you follow that one. Let's say that this method or this method, both are the same. Now, I am going to give one of the sum, one more sum, see the other one. Here, example 2, 3 statements are given to you. Just you find out which statement is a false and which statement is a wrong. Now I am going to write the statements. Every real number is an integer. It is the first statement. Number 2, every integer is a rational number. Third one, 0 is a rational number. Yes. The given statements are Whether true or false. Whether, see the first one. Every rational number has an integer. Every rational number. Already you know the definition of rational number. Any number in the form of p by q is called a rational number. Every rational number, for example, 1 minute. Is it a rational number? Yes. Minus 15 already we showed as minus 15 by 1. It is also rational number. It is an integer, but it is not an integer. The collection of negative natural numbers 0, positive natural numbers are called integers. It is an integer. It is not an integer. It is not a natural number. It is not a negative natural number. So every rational number is not every, sum of rational numbers are an integer. So here given every rational number is a natural number and an integer. So it is false. If some only, some rational numbers are an integers, but not all. So the word every is taken here. So it is a wrong statement as far as example. See the next one. Every integer is a rational number. I has already proved. Integers is subset of q. What is the meaning of that? Every number in an integer. Every integer belongs to every. That means every integer belongs to q. So you take any number. 1 is an integer. 0 is an integer, minus 10 is an integer. We can show it. Now, each number in the form of p by q. So, these are called rational numbers. So, every integer is a rational number. It is a true statement. It is a right. Next, third statement. 0 is a rational number. What is the statement given here? 0 is a rational number. Is it right or wrong? We can express 0 as 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3, 0 by 5, 4 or 5 and so on. Those are equivalent fractions. The values of them remain the same, equal to 0. So we can express 0 as a rational form. So this statement is true. Next we are going to see one more example. Find two rational numbers between 2 and 3, 3 and 4. What is the question? Find two rational numbers between 3 and 4. Yes, how to find the rational numbers between given two numbers? These two are which numbers? 3 and 4. Generally we think natural numbers. But natural numbers are also said integers. So 3 and 4 are integers. Not only integers, we can express them as a p by q. 3 by 1, 4 by 1. Those two are called rational numbers. Now we are going to find two rational numbers between given two rational numbers. There are two methods. One method is mean method. Method 1 is called mean method. We use a small formula or mean to find the ratio number between given two numbers. Yes, we use a plus b by 2 is a rational number, or we know that what we know that a plus b by 2 is a rational number between two rational numbers A and B. This is the formula we use to find the rational number between given two rational numbers. What is the rational number between A and B? A plus B by 2. Generally, sum of the observation number of observations is called mean. So we call it as a mean method. Yes. If we apply here, we take A equal to 3 and B equal to 4. What is the rational number between A and B? So, A plus B by 2 equal to 3 plus 4 by 2, 7 by 2 is a rational number between 3 and 4. Between 3 and 4. How to write this? Therefore, we can express that 3 is less than 7 by 2 is less than 4. So 7 by 2 is the one of the rational number between 3 and 4. But here also two rational numbers. To find another rational number, we can apply. We are going to apply second time also same formula. Apply the one more time to find another number. Let now take A equal to 3, B equal to this one. If we take A and B, these two numbers, we get the ratio between these two only. If we take these two numbers as A equal to 7 by 2, B equal to 4, we get the ratio between these two. Yes, one more apply. 3 plus 7 by 2 by 2, A plus B by 2. Again, apply the same formula to find the one more number. Yes, in the numerator, 2 is the LCM, 2, 3, 6 plus 7 by 2 is the whole base. 13 by, bring down this 2 here, 2 2's 4. Now is a rational number between, is a rational number between 7 by 12, 3 and 7 by 12. How to write? Therefore, we can write 3 is less than 13 by 4 is less than 7 by 2 is less than 4. So, we can find many more numbers like this. If we apply this formula one more time, we get one more number. But here also only we finished. Sometimes they ask many numbers. By this method, how many number of times we use the formula to find, depend on the number of rational numbers we have to find. So it will take much time. To avoid this, we are going to learn one more method, that is single step method. It is mean method. In mean method we use this formula. To avoid or to save the time, we use R to find more than two numbers. 5 numbers, 10 numbers, any number of rational numbers between given two, we use the second method, that is a single step method. Now we are going to learn that method. The same question. Here, how many numbers we have to find? 2. Since it is what is the name of this method? Single step method. Single step method. In this method, as you observe this one, since we want how many numbers? 2 rational numbers. Since we have two rational numbers, we write 3 and 4 as fractions, as rationals, with or fractions with the denominator denominator 2 plus 1 equal to 3. It is very, very important. You observe this one. How many rational numbers we have to find? 2. Since we want to find 2 rational numbers, we write the given 2 numbers 3 and 4 as fractions with the denominator 3. How to get 3? 2 plus 1. If we have to find 5 rational numbers, we must write the given 2 numbers as a fractions with the denominator 5 plus 1 equal to 6. 6 as a denominator. Now 3. We can write 3 by 1. How to change it into denominator 3? Multiplication by 3. 3 1 3, 3 3 is 9. Okay. 3 can write 3 by 1. Now we change the 3 by 1 as another fraction to denominator 3. 3 1 3, 3 3 is 9. Next we divide 4. We can write 4 by 1 equal to, change it into 3. 3 1 3, 3 12. 3 4s 12. Now these two are which fractions? Are like fractions. Why? Denominators are equal. Then it is called like fractions. Between these two numerators, there is a 10, 11, 2 numbers are there. So we can write, we can see that 9 after 10 by 3, next 11 by 3, next this one are the rational numbers between 3 and 4. How to write this one? 3. 3 can write as a 3 by 1 is less than 10 by 9 by 1, 9 by 3 also. 9 by 3 less than 10 by 3 less than 11 by 3 less than which one? 12 by 3 is nothing but 4. These two are the rational. Yes, in the previous method we got one is 7 by 2 and another is 13 by 4. These two are rational numbers between 3 and 4. But now We have 10 by 3, 11 by 3. But both are not same. That means we conclude there are infinity many rational numbers between given two rational numbers. Infinity, these only two of them. There are so many rational between given two rational numbers. Do you understand this one? Yes, now I am going to explain the another example. One more example. Express example 4. Express 7 by 16 and 2 by 3. One more 1 by 10 by 7. In decimal form. In which form? Decimal form. Yes. These three are given rational numbers. P by Q form. In earlier classes already you learnt about the decimal numbers. In a decimal number, there is a decimal point. Left of the point is called whole part, whole number part or integer part. Right side of the number is called decimal part. So, how to change the rational numbers, given rational numbers into decimal form? Generally, we use the division. Yes, if we divide this numerator by denominator 16, it will change into decimal form. You observe this. The first one, 7 by 16. That means 7 divided by 16. See carefully. It is a single digit number, it is a double digit number. Is it possible to divide? No. So, to overcome this one, let's take a point and put the 0 here. Put a point. And we can take so many zeros in the decimal part. After the point, we can take so many zeros. The value remains the same, is equal to 7. Now let 70, including this 0, now it becomes 70. It is a 2-digit number. 16 to table. How many times 16 divides? 4 times. How much? 16 fours is a 64. Now subtract it. 6 power 0. Bring down. Yes, now you observe it. Next, what is the next one? How many times it will? 3's. How much? 48. Yes, the remaining 2, 1. Bring down 0. It becomes 120. Now it is a 120. Take the sevens. 2. Next 1. 1 12. 7 16s. 8. Enough. 1 minus 1 0. 1 minus 1 0. We can bring down 1 0. There are so many zeros. Now 80. How many times? 5's. 16 fives, 80. Yes, we get finally 0 as a remainder. If we got the 0 remainder, we can't do further step. That means the division will stop there. Now we observe the quotient. It is called quotient. 0.4375. So the decimal part terminated or stopped at 4 digits one. It's called terminated. So finally we got the value of 7 by 16 equal to 0.4375. It's a terminating decimal. And that means we get the 0 as a remainder after some time. After 4 digits, we got the 0 as a remainder. So it is a terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. Do you understand this one? Okay. Next, the second example in this sum. What is the second one? 2 by 3. Select 2 as a dividend and take 3 as a divisor. Now divide. Both are single digit numbers, but 3 is more than 2 or 2 is less than 3. Just put the point in the question part and write the 0. As that means we can put the point, take so many zeros like this. Either that or not. Next, now take 20. 3 sixes, 18. Remainder 2. 3 right, bring down. 3 sixes, 18. 2, bring down 1 more 0, become 20. 3 sixes, 18. 2 sixes, 18. Yes, when we observe this division, every time we get the same 2 as a remainder. If we bring down 1 more 0, it becomes 20. 3 divides only 6 times that 20. We get again the remainder is 2. So there is a non. We can't use. It is not terminated with some decimal numbers. We get the continuation 6 and so we get the same digit 6 repeatedly. So finally we can write this one as 0.6666 and so on. In earlier classes, you know how to write this type of repeating decimals. It is called non-terminating. It's not terminated. We get the same digit again and again. So non-terminating and also recurring or repeated same digit 6 repeated many times. So we can write this one as 0.61. Which digit coming again and again? We use the bar, a small line on that digit. It's called 6 bar. So it is a non-terminating. Recurring decimal. So it is which type of decimal? Non-terminating, recurring decimal. Before we get which type of decimal? Terminating decimal. It is a non-terminating, recurring. See the third one also. Yes. Divide 10 with 7. Yes, 10 is a two-digit number, 7 is single-digit number. We can divide 7 1 7. Now 3 is not divisible by 7. Let's put a point and take 1 0 30. 7 how many times? 7 4s 28. Next 2 20. 7 2s 40. 6 0. 7 how many times? 7 8 56. 4 0. 7 5s 35. 5 0. 7 7s 49. 1 10. 7 1s 7. You observe the same 10 minus 7 here. That means the division will come again. The division after 1 we will get 4. Next 2. Next 8. Next 5 7 1. So that means the same digits are repeated again. Repeating again is called recurring. In the previous example, the single digit will come again and again. But here, group of digits are coming again and again. So it is the repeating part. So we can write this one 1.4285711. The whole part repeating again and again. So it is also non-terminating recurring decimal. Which type of decimal? This one also? It is also. We get this and so on here. The division will continue without stop. So this type of decimal is also called non-terminating or recurring decimal. Yes, sir. Now we are going to one more example. Example 5. Example 5. What is example 5? Express 3.28. 3.28 in the form of p by 2. Where p and q are integers, q is not equal to. That means it is a decimal form. Now we are going to write fraction form. In the previous example, we changed the fraction form into decimal form. It is a quite opposite of that method. In that method, we did the division. The opposite operation of division is a multiplication. The opposite operation of division is a multiplication. We use the multiplication to change the given decimal number into rational number. See solution. What is that given number? 3.8 equal to. Which type of decimal this one? It is a terminating decimal. That means it ends with 2 digits. The decimal number ends with 2 decimals. So it is called terminating decimal. How many decimal numbers digits in the decimal part? 2 decimal digits. 2 digits in the decimal part. To move this point to here, that means we change this one as a whole number or integer. we must multiply with 100. If we multiply with 100, it becomes 328. The value change. The value remains the same, we must divide with 100. That means, multiply this number 3.8 into 100 by 100. Why we multiply the given number with 100 by 100? The value remains the same. Now, yes, you observe the numerator. When we multiply any decimal number with zero numbers, the point moves right side as from the zeros. Here two zeros are there. The point moves 2 digits. It becomes 328 by this one. Now it is a P by Q form. In which form? P by Q form. You observe this. Both are even numbers. Even numbers are divisible by 2. Yes, divide these two numbers with 2 or cancelled by 2. 2 ones 2. How much? 12. 2 6s, 2 4s, 2 5s, 10, 0. After divide by 2, both numerator and denominator, we get this one. To understand this one, just write this one. Do I understand this one? Yes. Now, yes, these two are also even numbers. Both are divisible by 2 again. Yes, after division with 2, both numerator and denominator. 2 8s, 16. 2 2s, 4. 2 25s. 82 by 25. Finally, we get 82 by 25. 82 by 25. Both haven't any fraction, any common fraction except one. This type of, it is the simplest form of these three. These are three are equivalent fractions. It is the simplest form. In this case, these two are called co-primes, numerator and denominator. Co-primes. So finally we get the 3.28 equal to 82 by. Now change it into this P by Q form. 82 and 25 are which numbers? Integers. And 25 is not equal to 0. So we change it. Yes, now we are going to one more example. You observe the example carefully, you can do the sums in exercise yourself. That is the main concept to explain. Now I am explaining the example sums. So see the another example. That is how to change the non-terminating recurring decimal. For example, 1.62. That means express 1.62 bar on 6 and 2 into P by Q form. Where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Yes, how to change this decimal? Already we observed in the previous example how to change the terminating decimals. But it is not a terminating decimal. It is a non-terminating or recurring decimals. See the solution. Let x equal to 1.62 bar. which is given. Then expand it. Expand means remove the bar. How to remove? Just write the digits which are under bar, write many times 62, 62, 62. That means let it is equation number 1. Let the given number be x and then write the expanded form of the given non-terminating recurring number. It is right. Let it is equation. That's your job. You know the period and periodicity? Yes, there are 2 digits. The period is a 2 here. So multiply both sides. The equation number with 100. Multiply equation 1 on both sides with 100. We get what we get? See, on the left side 100 into x, 100x. Right side, when we multiply any decimal number with 100, the point moves 2 digits right side. The point moves here. We get 162.626262. How many 62s are there? Many. Let it is equation number 2. Equation number 2. Yes, subtract the first equation from second equation. Subtract 1 from 2. Yes, 100x equal 162.626262 and so on is the second equation. And write down the first equation. What is the first equation? 1.626262 and so on. Here subtraction 99x. The decimal part are cancelled. We get 161. Then x equal to 161 by 99. Are there any common factors? No. So these two are co-primes. Finally, we said the value of 1.62 bar equal to how much? 161 by 99. Like this, we can change any non-terminating recurring numbers into this rational number, which is in the p by q form. Now 161, 99 are digits. 99 is not equal to 0. Yes, here is the exercise given to you. See the sums in the do this one exercise sums. You note these sums. It is page number 3. One of the do this sums as homework, and I will show one more do this. It is in page number 4. Write them and do the work. And then one more do this. It is in page number 5. Find the decimal form of 1 by 17 and 1 by 19. Follow the example sums. Next, try these in page number 6. There are 10 sums. You do them also. And next, exercise 1.1. Exercise 1.1. Now you observed three sums. Next, yes, you complete the given exercise of 1.1.